Good evening, everyone, and I've just thought I'd peel away and try and get a wee video out tonight. So, obviously, last week we had the kind of first revamp of the IPOs go out last week, so I'm not going to go through all like 200,000 of them or however many there were. Um, but what we're going to do is go through some of the headline acts, just what the kind of IPO'd at, the price they're at, what they offer, all that kind of thing. I have bought an IPO player, not when he IPO'd, maybe a day or two later, and we'll discuss that at the end of the video. And also there will be a kind of little kind of bonus little thing at the end. Okay, so first of all, the first player from the IPOs I want to have a quick chat about is Aaron Connolly. Okay, now obviously this guy burst onto the scene against, I think it was Tottenham or whatever, and played really well. Ireland international, and quite similar to Troy Parrott. Like if you look at the 7 day, that first between the 12th and the 13th is when he had a decent little bit of rise, off the back of the IPO. Whereas as you'll see with some other players, they've just boom, just popped right up and went away. But this guy's a young, exciting Premier League striker. He's starting to get lots of minutes for Norwich, and with Ireland. All the international games have just finished. I've not even checked their position, but I think they might have a potential playoff as well. And qualifying for the Euros, as you can see, it was against Tottenham. 2 goals, man of the match, played 80 minutes in that game. And I think that was his debut as well, so he made a real name for himself and really came onto the scene. And obviously he's not played for Ireland over this international break, which is why his price probably hasn't ran away. Like if he came off the bench for Ireland, maybe made a bit of a cameo appearance, an assist or a goal or something, you might see him get by that £2 mark already. But when he comes back into that Norwich team, that Brighton team, and starts to get more minutes, he's a young guy, he's only going to improve, I suppose. And British strikers, if they get good, they become quite expensive, in terms of not just Football Index, of course, but the real world. So Brighton might have a little gem on their hands that a bigger team might come sniffing around. Maybe not this summer, but somewhere beyond that. It's not beyond a big stretch of the imagination. The next one is Fikayo Tomori. Okay, now obviously there's all the England chat going around him as well, and the big thing about England is the main debate that you hear a lot of them have is there's no set partnership for centre back. And if you look at Tomori's stats, in my opinion, also Tomori's playing a lot. Chelsea are third in the league. If you look at their top players this season, averaging wise on WhoScored.com, he breaks into the top page, the top 7, which for a young centre back making their rookie year in the Premier League, if you like, is pretty impressive. So he's played 9 times in the league, scored a goal. His stats are all pretty consistent. He's played 4 times in the Champions League. His tackles per game, it's just out the screenshot, but his tackles per game in the Champions League is like 3.2, 3.5, something like that. So he's doing better in Europe. You might argue the opponents are maybe not as good, but Chelsea's group has been it's a very tight group. Ajax, Valencia, and Lille, is it? So not a bad group for somebody like Tomori to cut his teeth and get stuck in. 16 games all in all, been at centre back, average ratings, got a goal, got an assist. And then if you look at the breakdown of it, key passes and chances created, it's basically 0.5 a game, which for a centre back is a nice stat to see. Dribble success, the percentage is high enough. Tackles is good enough, I suppose. But it's all the clearances, the headers, the interceptions, all the athletic stuff. He's really good at all them. And as you can see at the bottom of the screenshot, he's had 2 years in the Championship where he's got good first team experience, and when he comes into this team, it's just a step up in trip. Just the difference between Premier League level, Champions League level, and the Championship. He's not having to get used to the size of the pitch or the physicality of professional top level football, because the Championship, especially if you're playing 20 plus games one season and 40 plus games the next season, will give you that experience, to an extent. No doubt about it. Just want to use this game as an example. It's a 2-0 home win for Chelsea. They've obviously had a clean sheet, fairly dominant on the possession stats, chances created, all that kind of thing. So this is a good indicator of a match of really what kind of player you're likely to get for your money in terms of what they offer towards PB values. So obviously, as you can see here, 83 passes, which is a great number. When the centre backs like Hummels and Denier and all these guys early season scored really well and got a lot of attraction, they were getting close that 80 plus to 110 range in passes. Then also you've got the success rate to factor into that as well. His touches of the ball, clearances, interceptions, duels won and lost, last man tackle, aerials won. All these things all get taken into consideration, and this is a great array of stats, very well rounded, a dominant match against a team that will test you defensively on the break. So he's still having to win his duels and carry the ball out from the back, all this type of stuff, cope with pressure on the ball when they're passing around. But for the guy's age, I think he's doing incredibly well. And then this is just all hype. He might get a new contract and all that good stuff. So Fikayo Tomori, for his price of sub £2, we went through so many slides, 197. I think it still presents some good value, because I think as soon as it becomes apparent, which I think is the way things are likely to go, that he will be the England starting centre back. Having somebody who's pacey, good at reading the game, can pass. It's got modern football all over it, and if he doesn't become a regular for England come the Euros, I will be quite surprised. There might be another candidate out there, like Joe Gomez or something like that, but this guy at the moment ticks all the boxes, and I can see Southgate leaning towards him. Yeah. The man with no picture, and Ansu Fati, the dearest IPO of all time, and with relative good reason. So obviously he's like 16, 17 years old. He's made his debut for Barca, and he has scored a couple of goals. We all know who he is. There's no point in me telling you much about it, but here's the stats. So dribbles per game and shots per game are nice and high in the league. 3 starts, 2 goals, 1 assist is great. 5 appearances off the bench. Champions League is making a few appearances, but it was really early season when Messi was injured, and Dembele wasn't fit and Suarez wasn't fit. They were playing Griezmann, Fati, and the other young guy, I forget his name, is it Perez? Yeah. And it was those first couple of games where he really made his name on the world scene, and everyone knew his name and started saying IPO on Football Index. And then since then, his minutes have kind of dwindled. He's getting back in. He's only 16, and hey, the only way is up. If you're at Barca and this is your stats already first season, passing is 80%, and the amount of passes is incredible because it is Barca, of course. Shots on target is good enough. Dribbles is good enough, considering key passes and chances created are nice. Big chances missed, but as you see at the very bottom of the screen there, if you're not got the full screen up, this is a good time to open it. It's 2 in 8 matches, which big chances missed do count against your PB score. So if he has a bottle merchant, who knows? But and as you can see, the Champions League stats are decent enough for the minutes he's played, 84 over 2 games. And then the last one is Eduardo Camavinga. Okay, now this is someone who, if I was in the market for them myself personally, £2.84 is not a problem. He is pretty much the same age as Fati, 2002, and he's been playing for Rennes this season, of course, 17 there he is, and the season before he made some appearances. He's playing Europa League football, and Rennes have relatively recently produced Ousmane Dembele, who, as you can probably remember, had a quick transfer to Dortmund, did really well, and had a quick transfer to Barca. I don't see that really happening with this guy, in the sense that I think it's a big team that comes straight in for him. I think it's a João Felix situation in terms of the level of clubs that are going to be after him. Tackles per game, 4.33. If you think about the Santa Maria video, where we're talking about Santa Maria, his tackles per game is like 3.5, so again, this guy is just a midfield destroyer. There's a lot of teams that will be interested in him. There's his Europa League. He's not played as much in Europe, and it is mainly CM. He can play CDM as well. And then we've got characteristics. Now, when I found this, I thought, oh crap, or when I remembered about it, I should say, I didn't do it for the other players, so the next couple of slides I'll go back and show you characteristics. They're not available on Fati, I don't think, but everyone else. But as you can see, strengths, high green there, as you see at the bottom, the key is very strong for tackling and ball interception. His weaknesses in our passing and aerial duels, but he is in a weak team, so if you play a good pass but the other player you're with isn't on the same page as you, it's not a complete pass, and Football Index wise you're penalised for that. So in a better team I would expect that to change. Gets fouled often because he's big and strong, he's carrying the ball out, he likes to tackle, and he does commit fouls often, again because he is getting stuck in, so you can forgive him for that at the age of 17, but great early start in this respect. So here's Tomori, tackling, passing, ball interception, all good strengths. Styles, likes to dribble, plays short passes and likes to tackle. So again, that's why Tomori, we like him. And Aaron Connolly, aerial duels, is good in the air, finishing. Weaknesses are now defensive contribution, but for Brighton, he's just going to be sitting up there as a target man of sorts. Gets fouled often, likes to dribble, short passes, indirect set piece threat, so corners, that kind of thing as well. Doesn't dive into tackles. But here's Camavinga's stats for the season. Okay, so 2 key passes, 3 chances created, which in a underperforming side, mid-table, and out of Europe now, I think that's a guarantee, I think, at this stage. 3 block shots, 14 clearances, 6 headed clearances, 18 interceptions. These stats are all really good. And then 134 minutes over 3 appearances in the Europa League, and the stats are okay considering that. But I've done that one twice, sorry. And then who's interested in him? It's mainly Barca, Man United. It says there's Spurs, and if you open that article, it goes to Arsenal. I would be very surprised if this guy didn't sign for Man City. I expect these teams all to go for him, don't get me wrong, but this is Man City are choking for a Fernandinho replacement, and obviously Rodri's there, but this guy's 17. You know what I mean? Would he accept being Phil Fodened? I don't know if he would, and that might be the problem. But if City don't get in the mix for this, I will be shocked. I will be. And then the guy I bought, Ruslan Malinovski. Okay, so Atalanta, so we'll have a look at his stats. So long shots, dribbling, not getting good discipline, just been sent off. He's suspended for the next game. Dribbles, shoots from distance, gets fouled often. He's a playmaker. He's came from the Belgian league. He's starting to bed into Serie A, and as you can see, over 10 games. 19 key passes and 19 chances created in 10. That's a great stat. Over 512 minutes. That's insanely good, and as you can see, so Belgium, the league, especially on all these apps, it breaks into these sections, like the playoff section and the league section, so you need to look at both of them together. But basically you're looking at 37 appearances, 34 starts, 13 goals, 11 assists, and then the average ratings are all really high, which Belgian league is good enough to have a gauge of some talent at least. We then have the league. Okay, so as you look at it now, you might think, okay, Atalanta don't look very good, but Atalanta have played City twice, so their remaining 2 games are Zagreb and Shakhtar. They beat Zagreb, let's say, in the next game, and then they've got between them and Shakhtar, and they could both draw, I think, and they'd probably go through, I think, the way it would work. So could the Ukrainians and Italians, they wouldn't be up to anything dodgy, would they? They wouldn't maybe agree quietly to draw the game if it suited both of them beforehand. I don't really know all the permutations with goal difference and head-to-head and all that kind of stuff, but I would say Atalanta to be in European football after Christmas. They could even beat Shakhtar in the last game. Obviously, that would cement the fact that they would go through to the next to European football after Christmas. So Atalanta, in my opinion, is worth a bet, and that's what it is really. I'm gambling on them being in Europa League after Christmas by buying Malinovski, as well as, of course, Ukraine officially qualifying for the Euros. They're going to be there, and that's only going to make him more valuable as time goes on. Now, I kind of gave the game away a little bit here. This guy offers everything Malinovski offers on paper in terms of Ukraine going to the Euros. But in European football past Christmas, you'd probably say Shakhtar are in a better position to offer you that as a trader right now than Atalanta. And this guy's a fraction of the price. He's 42 pence. He's recently went up with the Ukraine qualification being sealed. I was looking at him, just before this happened. And when he moved up in price, I thought I'll go for Malinovski because at least he's playing Serie A football. And when you hold people that aren't in PB leagues, you need to be really patient, and sometimes I'm just not patient with some of these guys outside PB leagues, which is why I stopped buying them over this last little while. But if you've liked everything we said about Malinovski, and you've not quite got the money, but you want to maybe put less money or less risk or something you can forget about, then Kovalenko is a good shout. Shakhtar, European football, quite likely after Christmas, and as I say, being a key part of the Ukrainian midfield going into the Euros next year. And in the past, he's been linked with big European moves away from Shakhtar, so if he has a good tournament, then again you've got that on offer as well, and he could go anywhere. When you're leaving Shakhtar, like Bernard, who was highly rated a few years ago, went to Everton. And obviously guys like Willian have went to Chelsea, Fernandinho to Man City. Alex Teixeira to China. They could go anywhere. Obviously not Brazilian, so he's maybe not quite as likely to go to China, but hey ho. So if you're new around here, guys, like, share, subscribe, retweet, all that good stuff. Thanks a lot for tuning into the video tonight. Take care, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.